When you think of Grenfell, you think of cladding. The main reason why flames spread up the tower, killing 72 people. Karim Masili lost his uncle in the fire and is disappointed the government rejected a proposal to make homes safe.
I'm quite outraged, really, if I'm being honest. You know, we're still talking about cladding, which frustrates me, and then we publicly see this betrayal from our own MPs who look us in the eye and tell us they cared about us and they cared about the change, and this happens. It just makes you feel like, what's the point of all of it? What's the point of having the public inquiry if the recommendations are not going to be taken seriously?
The inquiry into the fire has been running for 3 years, but 11 months ago it made a series of recommendations on fire safety. But last night a bill that would have turned all those recommendations into law failed to make it through the Commons.
The eyes to the right one.
The Labour amendment to the fire safety bill was soundly beaten.
So the noes have it, the noes have it.
Rejected by Conservatives, including the MP for Kensington.
I want to do everything in my power to make sure that the recommendations are implemented into law as quickly as possible. And the sequencing of bills and regulations is the quickest way to do that. The Labour Party amendment would not have sped it up. In fact, it could have slowed it down.
We've had recommendations in place for the best part of a year. And what we were voting on last night is whether those recommendations, which require, for example, fire inspections of buildings, should be put into law. And I think it's shameful that any Conservative MP voted against something as significant as that in relation to a disaster and a tragedy that is Grenfell.
Grenfell was allowed to happen over the years, over the decades, because of politics. So we can't say we can't politicise Grenfell. Grenfell has been already politicised. It's political. This vote that they did just clearly shows to us that they don't have that ambition to want to make the right changes to keep people safe in their homes.
But as the inquiry and political debate carries on and on, the change needed to make homes safe is put off for another day. RagsMartel ITV News, Grenfell.